Right, the boys have been given their instructions. We'll leave here. Kalgoorlie's about 30 minutes away. Once we get to Kalgoorlie, everybody can go and do their own thing because we'll all have different priorities. So we've got to refuel, resupply, top up with water and whatever else they think they need, check their emails, blah blah blah, because we won't have a signal for the next 3 or 4 days. And then we've all agreed to meet at the top end of Hannon Street and leave there at 2 p.m. So that gives them a couple of hours to sort out their stuff. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Bloody breathalyzer. It's just such an inconvenience when you're all suited up with this gear on. They might wave us through, but then again they might not.
Where y'all up to? Where y'all going? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alright, good on you boys. Thank you. Kalgoorlie. It's all about the gold here. I'm going to meet Chris at the BP garage up here. He's offered to carry 20 litres of fuel for me. Well, for me and Cots. We'll split it down the middle. But our next fuel stop isn't until Laverton. Yeah, we need a fuel range of about 750 kilometres. And that's the challenging thing about this desert raid. I mean, you can approach it from different angles, north, south, east or west. But if you approach it from the angle that we're coming in on, yeah, you need a range of 750 kilometres, and that's a big burden for blokes to carry on a motorbike. 50 litres of fuel, yeah, it's a bit of an ask. But anyway, thankfully, like I say, Chris has offered to carry some extra fuel for us. So yeah, in my case, 30 litres in the tank, and I've got 2 5-litre containers that I'll use. Busy. Alright. I've mentioned it before, occasionally on trips I'll get a bit anxious, and that time is now, because we're going to the point of no return, going to the Badlands, and if anything was to go wrong from this point on, there's not a lot of support mechanisms in place. I'm sure we'll be fine, but yeah, I do get a bit anxious occasionally, probably for good reason. So yeah, everybody's topped up fuel, water, blah blah blah. And yeah, we'll get a couple of hours under our belt now, 150 kilometres maybe, and then start looking for a bush camp, and I'm sure we won't have any problem finding a place to stay. Alright, we've turned off onto the access road to the Tropicana gold mine. We don't go through the mine, we go near it but not to it. This road was closed a couple of days ago due to flooding. It's open now, but it could still be a little bit damp underfoot. It's unsealed for most of its length. I guess we'll know more soon enough. There's telltale signs of it being unsealed. See on the other side of the road here, all the dust being dropped by trucks as they leave the area. So yeah, it won't be long now before it turns. See what I mean? I don't make this shit up. Now, I'm told that the Shire is responsible for part of this road, this part, and according to the truck drivers it's not great. Having said that, you know, they're probably double or triple road trains, so you wouldn't expect it to impact us too much on the motorbikes. We just pulled over to walk around the bikes, check the load. Tom has agreed to go up the front. He can set the pace. We'll ride for another hour or so and then start looking for a place to pull up when the conditions on this road have not been bad. A few corrugations. I can understand why the truckies would complain, but for our purposes it's fine. Tom is down. Suitable overnight. Stop. Far off the road. Yeah, this will be alright. We'll just go in a bit, I think. Yeah. We'll pull up here and wait till he comes back. Not ideal, but it'll do. We'll make it work. Yeah, this is good for me. I don't know how Chris is going to go in the car. We'll figure it out. We usually do.
There? No.
Well, it's probably timely that I try and join the dots as far as Desert Raid is concerned. Desert Raid is a motorcycle rally held every other year. It's based in Western Australia, although any rider can attend. There's certain criteria. It's got to be a little bit challenging. It's got to involve at least 200 kilometres of unsealed road getting there, and there's no infrastructure at all to where we're going. So ordinarily somebody would pick a spot on the map, let everybody know this is the spot for Desert Raid, and we just wait and see how many show up. This time it's at the Shooter Shack on the banks of Lake Rayson, which is just a dry salt lake, and I'm expecting maybe 40 people from around Australia, so that's, considering where we are, it is quite remote. That'll be a good turnout. So today's Friday, tomorrow evening is the raid, so we'll just take a head count and see how many guys show up. The first Desert Raid was in 2009. It's currently 2025, of course, and in those years we've had, the first one was at Carnegie Homestead. The second one was at a place called Neil Junction, which was the intersection of the Connie Sue Highway and the Amberdell Highway. The third one was a place called Desert Queen Baths. After that it was Rawlinna, which was a railway siding on the Transcontinental Railway. From there it was the Mulgilly Clay Pan. After that a place called Empress Spring. From there it was Well 5 and the Canning Stock Route. That was very well attended. And the last one in 2023 was at a place called Jupiter Well. And this one, yeah, the Shooter Shack on the banks of Lake Rayson. I've attended most. Some riders have attended all of them, and some only attend when they can get the time off. Alright, I think we're all ready to go. Bo's going to lead initially today on the Ural. He's going to set the pace, and that's okay. Those bikes, those sidecars travel a little bit slower, and that's alright, we've got heaps of time. I figure we're about 400 kilometres from destination, the Shooter Shack, and if we cover 300 today, then I'm happy with that.
How many k's before you want me to stop?
Hour and a half.
So 100 k's?
Yeah, 100's a good number, yeah. Yeah, so even if we cover 300 today, I'm happy with that. That will mean You know, we've got a couple of hours of riding tomorrow to get to destination. I don't see any benefit in getting there today. We could probably do it, but as I said, I don't think there's any benefit in that. So we'll take our time. We've had let's not call it a late start, it's 9 a.m. We've had a relaxed start, and I think the conditions will actually improve in about 30 or 40 kilometres. This road's maintained by the Shire. We get to the Shire boundary, as I said, in 30 or so kilometres, and then the road is the responsibility of the mine, and I think that will be in good shape. So anyway, we'll get underway. As you just heard, we'll ride for about, I think, an hour and a half, 100 kilometres, then pull over for a break. We're going to pull over for a break and probably have lunch. It's not a bad time. There's a road train in front of us and it's kicking up a lot of dust, so we might as well put this time to good use. So yeah, we'll have a break for half an hour or so. By then that truck will be far enough ahead of us. We're still on the mine access road. Probably will be, I think, for another 100 kilometres or so. Actually, we're going to push on just for another couple of kilometres. I've got a confession to make. We're not supposed to be here. This is a mine access road, and I knew that. Yeah, we're going to push on for a couple of kilometres. Tom reckons there's a track up here that'll lead us off this main road, so we'll just be out of sight. I think discretion is the better part of valour in this case. It's just that this was the most direct route to get to where we wanted to go, and we will peel off about 20 kilometres short of the mine. Yeah, we just go down this track a couple of 100 metres. That'll put us out of view of the public. Yeah, just trying to be a little bit discreet. These roads and tracks, these were all the original roads and tracks that zigzag across this area. This access road is not on a lot of maps. If you were trying to navigate map to ground, it wouldn't work for you. So yeah, there are a number of these old roads that exist, but if you didn't have up-to-date maps, it would be hard to navigate here. Ooh, that's soft. I'm going to take the lead from here because I'm the only bloke with an accurate map and I know where the turn-off is. It's not far, we should be there I think in about 30 minutes. this is where I get a bit anxious. I think we're about 12 kilometres from the mine, and I know that when the road suddenly changes... Oh, mine bypass to Lake Raisin Road. Yeah, I know that when the road suddenly changes direction and starts heading north, that's where the turnoff is, and I just passed a sign that said bypass to Lake Raisin Road, so that's good. I thought it was going to be more complicated than that to find this track, but the fact that it says Lake Raisin Road is very, very reassuring. Yeah, mine bypass to Raisin Lake Road. That's very reassuring indeed. I think it's about 27 kilometres, but I'm not sure. Doesn't matter, we're on the right track. That's good, that's good. I'll just wait for the others and then we'll head off. Alright, the band's back together. I don't know the condition of this track. Looks like it's predominantly a formed track. East on whatever that says. Yeah, if it stays like this, it'll be okay. We do know of somebody who came down or out this way only a few weeks ago, and he said, quote unquote, it was okay. It's one thing to be in a four-wheel drive and say it's okay, it's another thing to be on a laden adventure bike. Anyway, it looks like it'll be alright. Other than the corrugations. Yeah, alright, the track has been reduced to twin track now. It's hard for me to tell on the maps. I know we're heading due east, and that's the direction I need to be going. Tom's just remained behind a bit. He's letting some air out of his tyres. An extra couple of PSI can make all the difference. There's a bit of sand up here. So yeah, I think I'm on the right track. As long as I keep heading due east, I should be okay. Yeah, might be doing a bit of a sand dance through some of this stuff. I'm in second gear, constant throttle, bit of power perhaps. Stand up, lean back. If it doesn't get any worse, it'll be alright. Sunday when we leave and head to Laverton, that's going to be the worst part. Yeah, I'm a bit anxious about that. Some deep, heavy sand from some heavy flooding. Must have been a year or two ago. That's the reason I left the 1200 at home and took this smaller bike. Anyway, we'll know more in a couple of days' time about that. I've got to get through this bit first. I just pulled over in the shade. I don't mind saying my heart is racing, but yeah, we're a long way from anywhere. And if anything was to happen, I'll be stuck here for a little while. Oh, I see a headlight, that's a good sign. That's Chris behind me now, I think. Yeah, Chris on his Ural. Tom must be a couple of bikes back.
I'm thinking it might be wise to take a break, just dropping the bike a bit.
Alright, bit of fatigue kicking in maybe. For some of us this is our introduction back into twin track, so probably take a little while to relearn our skills. And I've got Chris in front of me in the Ural. It's a lot easier when you're following a footprint because you can tell how soft it is. Another sand dance. Yeah, Chris is out the front now, and according to Tom, we've got about 10 kilometres till we hit Lake Raisin Road, and I don't know whether that road is going to be in much better nick than this. But we do have to stop at the junction of these two tracks because the bloke came through here a little while ago and he cached 20 litres of fuel in the bush because he thought he was going to come in or out this way, and that was going to be his emergency reserve. So we're going to, he's decided to go another way, so we're going to pull up at the junction at the end here in a few kilometres time and just see if we can find that fuel, even though we don't need it. there'll be blokes at the shooter shack who haven't quite done their sums, and yeah, could be grateful for a few extra litres of fuel to make sure they get back to civilization. Chris turns 80 this year, and here he is, out in the bush, doing what he enjoys most. He got out of the game for a little while after a major off.
1, 2, 3, roll, roll,
Oh.
roll, keep going,
Oh.
roll,
Oh.
keep going, till it's flat, keep going, lose head.
Punctured a lung, broke a few ribs, and yeah, sold up all his adventure riding stuff. But he missed the lifestyle, so tried a couple of different options: a smaller bike, a lighter bike. But they're not quite set up for adventure riding. So he got himself a Ural and hasn't looked back. Oh, a bit more sand dancing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoa. Oh, I'm not going to try and keep up with him. Could prove fatal. Whoa! Hang on to it, Stevie boy. Whoa! Another oh shit moment. Oh, it's a bit soft there. Oh, I better slow down a bit, I think. Well, I think. Oh, I'm just going to prop something under my stand before it falls over. I think I just passed the area where the fuel could be. The only bloke who knows is Chris. Chris is in the fall. I mentioned it before. The reason Chris didn't bring his bike is because he thought some of the conditions might not be suitable. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty close, 200 metres, over that tree there.
It's alright, Chris. You stay there, I'll get it. Yeah, so this bloke stashed 20 litres in a metal jerry can. We cached some fuel as well, which we're not going to use. We buried it. But oh mate just placed it in the jerry can, standing upright. There, look at that, there it is. Look at that, eh? Needle in a haystack, and we've been able to find it. Perfect. So we'll take it with us. We'll go to the shooter shack and we'll sell it for $5 a litre. The system works. Have you got room for it? Going to be a big fire tonight, mate. I'll leave this with you and I'll get underway, yeah? Yeah, so the only giveaway were those wheel tracks. He was driving a Unimog UL 1300, I think it was. Anyway, the junction's just up here. Hopefully those boys are stopped and waiting for us. Alright, so this is the lake racing track running north-south. And that'll take us to destination. 424, 400, about 130 kilometres. Yeah, this track ain't going to be anything flash either, I don't think. Alright, it's 2:30 now. We're going to ride till 4. We don't know what the conditions are like. We're only 100 kilometres away from the shack. So we're going to ride till 4, pull over, have a look at the map, determine how far we are from the shack, and depending on that will dictate whether we pull over or continue on, even if it means getting in a little bit later than we'd like. Man down. I've decided on behalf of the group that we're not going to make it to the shack, because otherwise it's alright. Oh, he's over again, because otherwise I think people are going to try and just take a few risks. You know, it's hot at the moment, well, warm. Fatigue will kick in and we'll have more of this. So I've decided we'll ride till 4 and then we'll find a place to pull up. It just ain't worth it. It just becomes exhausting after a while. Yeah, still a few tricky bits. The road conditions did improve, only marginally and only for a short time. What happened, mate?
Oh, hi Steve, how are you?
I'm well.
Just a classic little off in a thing. I think I've broken it. If I could see this.
It's about dark and we've still got blokes arriving. I wonder what sort of a day they've had. Constantly checking the mirror, and I've lost sight of cots. We just went through some really deep sand for about 300 metres, and I've lost sight of him. My guess is he may have laid it over, which wouldn't surprise me. I mean, geez, you've got to take your hat off to those blokes on the 1250 and the Harley Davidson.
But this is the good track.
Yes, exactly, yeah. This is the good track, yeah.